Hi. Sorry for the little glitch there at the beginning. That was the little intro for launch day for Murder, Magic, and Maple Fudge, my new book, which is a cozy paranormal mystery. Yeah, that's a new genre for me. As most of you know, I write darker fiction, horror, dark fantasy, darker steampunk novels and short stories. So cozy paranormal mystery is a bit of a new one for me, and it's been a bit of a difficult road to get here. I'm a plotter, as a lot of you know. I pants this book. Did not enjoy that at all, but I got it done. It's like I said, it's a new genre. There are certain rules to cozy mysteries, like you can't have a lot of dead bodies, you can't have a lot of blood, mayhem, the usual sort of stuff that I enjoy writing. So it was a bit of an interesting write for me, but um, advanced readers have liked it, so I think I pulled it off. So that's good. So I'm going to give you all a look at the cover now. There you go. We'll take the banner off here so you can get a better look at it. So this cover is actually the reason why there's a book. As you know, I do my own covers, and of course, in order to do covers, you have to practice. So this was actually started out as a practice cover for me. Just figured, well, I'll do a cozy mystery paranormal genre thing so I can practice with different elements of putting a cover together. And as I was doing the cover, my little muse, who apparently likes to torture me, whispered in my ear, "Write the story, write the story." And I'm going, "I don't write cozy paranormal mysteries. Why would I write the story?" And then the muse whispered, "Write the story. You can put a backstory in it with Nova Scotia rum runners in it." And then I go, "What?" As all of you know, I love history. I especially like Nova Scotian history because this is where I live. And I'm going, "Ooh, now that sounds interesting." And the rest is history. And yes, I fully believe that my muse got drunk, probably on rum, because she mentioned rum runners, and this is why she was whispering to me. So yeah, you can blame this book on my drunken muse. So that's basically the backstory of the book. Uh, Put me back on proper screen. There we go. And it's launching today, July 17th. It's out wide, so you'll find it on Amazon, Kobo, Barnes and Noble. It's on Fable, a few other places, slowly winding into the library system. And the paperback is not out yet. The proof has been mailed. It should be here next week, and the paperback will be up on Amazon next week. I hope to get it on Ingram, and out to other stores after that. Oh, and I almost forgot. If you are interested in the rum running history of Nova Scotia, you can check out this book, Oceans of Rum by David Mossman. Wonderful book. It's got some great history in it. So, a little plug for Nova Scotia history there. Anyway, so basically that's how the book came about, and you can find the link to the book in the description below. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of the blurb for it here. So the blurb is here, get in the right place. Okay. One witch, one dead body. Bakeries shouldn't deliver murder. Bridget Redwood finds her landlord murdered on the floor of her shop. It's a recipe for trouble that brings a ghost and a decades-old grimoire wrapped in a mystery from the 1920s. Can Bridget unravel deadly secrets in time to avoid becoming the next victim? Okay, so that was the shortened version of the blurb because apparently I read the wrong one. But you get the gist of it anyway. And so I'm also going to give a little reading of the excerpt here today. So we'll get on with that. Just pull it up here. Here we go. So I'm reading the first chapter, a piece of the first chapter. Okay. So the bakery opened in 5 minutes. Half a dozen things needed finishing, and of course, my employees were late on a morning when everything went wrong. I misplaced the pecans and wasted half an hour searching for them. Almost burned a batch of cupcakes, and I was fairly sure I had flour smudged over my nose. Normally, I could handle minor chaos, but after last night, it was enough to make me want to resort to a magic spell to speed things up. Take a breath. You can do this. I wiped down the counters, appreciating the smooth feel of the cloth gliding over granite and the faint scent of disinfectant. As always, the repetitive action and the cozy ambience calmed me, and I inhaled the mix of yeasty, sugary, sweet air with a hint of maple and the smell of coffee from the percolators. Despite the time crunch, I closed my eyes and took a moment to relax. Why did my mother have to call? Why do I let her get under my skin? It was always the same old refrain from her. Come home to Toronto. You belong with the coven. Never, how are you doing? Only listing the ways I disappointed her. She didn't understand how much I loved this place. Take a sip of water here. Moving to Easthaven Bay had been the best thing I had ever done. I was entering my 30s, finally content. Since setting up shop, the Sweet Spells Bakery had become the place for our morning coffee and pastry. Of course, it didn't hurt that this town seemed to be the only place in Nova Scotia without a Tim Hortons coffee shop. Yet Mother wants me to leave. I sighed and opened my eyes, rubbing at an itch, then promptly knocked against the sugar bowl and nearly spilled out the packets. Yeah, things are great, except when the morning goes wrong. With a final wipe of the counter, I lined up the coffee cups, suppressing another urge to use magic to hurry things along. Then I chuckled. Mother would disapprove of that. Maybe I should, for spite. No, no point in courting trouble. What if someone walked in? In the middle of arranging the maple season specials, and as if to prove me right, the bell above the door rang and footsteps echoed in the shop. I added the last fresh maple donut on the tray before turning around with the treats. My stomach dropped when I saw him. Jack McNeil. Is the universe conspiring to ruin my morning? Why did he have to be the first customer? A frustrating, slightly chauvinistic, but gorgeous man. His blue eyes were dangerous and his smile was downright lethal, all wrapped in a smooth confidence. Being around him flustered me, exasperated me, and somehow how it all translated into my acting like a twisted romantic idiot. Hi, Bridget. He unzipped his jacket, showing off his snug t-shirt. A whiff of his cologne drifted over the counter. I swallowed, my mouth suddenly dry. I wanted to flee into the kitchen, but I slid the tray of donuts into the display case. Calm down, he's just another customer. Despite my racing heart and churning stomach, I asked, what can I get you today? Those maple donuts look good. I'll have one of them and a medium double coffee. Coming right up. Stay cool, stay professional. Then he added, oh, and you have some flour on your nose. My anxiety soured into embarrassment, and I turned away, rubbing at my nose. Grabbing the coffee pot, I poured him a cup, thankful for the moment to collect my thoughts. Adding his usual 2 creams and 2 sugars, I plated the donut on a paper doily and rang up his order, hoping he'd slink to a table by the window and I could ignore him. That will be $4.90, please. He paid, but lingered at the counter, the steam of the coffee wisping up toward between us. Okay, sorry, urge to cough there. Oh, the perils of live reading. Coughing on air. Okay, we'll finish this off now. Here we go. So, he smiled again with his charming, goofy grin and ran his fingers through his wavy, light brown hair. The color reminded me of caramel. For a second, my heart fluttered like a silly schoolgirl with a crush. Why does he have to be so handsome? Jack shuffled to his feet, rubbing his arm and rustling the nylon fabric of his jacket. I was wondering, the church community supper on Saturday. The bell above the door chimed again, and my landlord, Geoffrey Johnson, lumbered into the shop, scratching at the unkempt stubble of his face. His pot belly pushed against the fastenings of a misbuttoned flannel shirt, and a smelly lit cigar dangled from his mouth. I scowled at him, forgetting all about Jack. How many times do I have to tell you, no smoking in the bakery? Johnson scowled back at me. Sure, sure, hang on a sec. He waddled outside, and I watched him stomp the offending smoke into the ground before returning. I made a mental note to clean the mess up after he left. Shuffling to the counter, Johnson edged Jack out of the way and slammed his two pudgy hands on the granite. Jack's coffee sloshed but didn't spill, and he grabbed his order, moving off to a table. I got your message. What do you want this time? I gaped, my irritation growing by the minute. I left you that message 5 days ago. The washroom plumbing was backed up. Again. I had to get the plumber in and pay for it myself. You owe me for the repairs. I'm not paying for that. Not my fault you were impatient and didn't wait till I got to it. Tough luck on your part, I say. I didn't have a choice. It was violating health codes. I can't run a business with you putting off necessary repairs. You're not living up to your obligations, and I'm sick of it. Well, leave then. If you don't like how I run things, pack up and find a new space. This again? I don't know why you don't want me as your tenant anymore, but I'm not going anywhere, except maybe to my lawyer to force you to honor our lease and do your job. Screw you, lady. I'm tired of your complaints. This is broken, that is broken. This place was fine before you moved in. Now everything's wrong. I ought to kick you out on your pretty little backside. The blazes with the lease. You just try it, you. Hey! We both turned to see Jack on his feet, arms crossed. I came here for coffee, not a fight. He looked at us like he was an elementary teacher and we were naughty children. Take this somewhere private or cool it. I glared, angry at his intervention and self conscious he witnessed the argument. But before I spewed the retort waiting on my tongue, Johnson snapped at Jack. Stay out of this. It's none of your business. I disagree. When you come into a public place and disturb my meal, I'll make it my business. Jack stepped Johnson stepped closer to Jack. Well, that's you all right, McNeil. Sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, stirring things up. Little Miss Priss over here isn't the only one I have a problem with. Just like the rest of your family, all high and mighty, thinking you're in charge. One day you'll get yours, be sure of that. You're welcome to try. Jack curled his hands into fists, and for a moment I thought he'd hit my landlord. The simmering confrontation shook me out of my own anger. What's going on here? Before anything could escalate, the bell above the door chimed for a third time, and in walked three women, Gillian Burke, Sarah Clark, and Emily Acker. I cringed. All ladies from my local coven, and while I liked Sarah, Emily was too political for me, and Gillian, well, she was a new addition to town, a stuck-up rich witch with control issues. All couture clothes and dyed platinum blonde hair with a superior know-it-all attitude. And most annoying, I was her latest pet project. I can't catch a break with customers today. And there we'll end the reading. That's first part of chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed it, despite my little cough and the needing the water. I think it went pretty good. And uh, Murder, Magic, and Maple Fudge is on sale now at all retailers. And I hope you check it out and pick up a copy. So bye for now, everybody.